ready? Are you ready?
Hello everybody, and welcome to Vulcan Field for another evening of Haysville Aviator Baseball. I'm Todd Hook, bringing you the action tonight. Haysville entertains the Derby Twins. Derby is 4-8 on the season. Haysville is 5-7. This is the first of 3 with the Twins. The final 2 games we played in Derby tomorrow night and Thursday night, so you want to get out and catch that. On the mound for Haysville tonight would be Jake Moore. Moore is out of Oklahoma Christian University in Grapevine, and he's from Grapevine, Texas. Six-foot left-hander. Good live fastball and a cutter. Making his 3rd appearance of the season. And your lineups tonight for the Derby Twins. Leading off, the left fielder, number 15, Bergwa. The shortstop, number 10, Barrett. And Walker, your designated hitter, number 22. Number 31, Burnham, your right fielder. Davis, the catcher. Bergarello, the 3rd baseman. Renovich, the 1st baseman. Dominguez, 2nd baseman. And Miller, the 1st baseman. Number 35, Rathke, will be on the mound. His numbers in a moment. And here's Bergwa. And the pitch. High for ball 1. Hot night for baseball. Gentle breeze out of the southwest, about 10 miles an hour. 95 degrees. And the pitch. It's in there for strike 1. It counts even, 1-1. And you're 1-1. Ball high. 2-1. Moore is described as a pitcher with good movement and good location. And the 2-1. Up high, brings the count to 3-1. Derby dead last in the Jayhawk League at 4-8. And your 3-1. Taken for ball 4, and that is something that the Aviators wanted to avoid, was a leadoff walk. This brings up Barrett. Hitting .267 on the season. The shortstop. And the pitch. Swung on, strike 1. Bergwa out of LSU Eunice, always a threat to run. So Moore's going to have to hold him close. It's a stretch. Good lead over there, and he's back to first. Bergwa's back easily. No balls, 1 strike on Barrett. And a pitch. Low for ball 2. Correction. Strike 1. 1-1. Gotta quit doing my own umpiring over here. And your 1-1. In there for strike 2. Good location, off-speed pitch. 1-2, will he send a runner? Berger with a good lead. And he's off of the pitch. Pitch is low and the throw is not in time. Berger gets a steal at second base. Had a great jump on that pitch. Basically stole that one off Moore. So here's your 2-2. Swung on and fouled back. The count remains 2-2. Bourgeois jumping around a lot at second base, trying to be a distraction. Both second baseman and shortstop working on holding him. And your 2-2. Runner's off of the pitch. Pitch is grounded to first base. He steps on the bag for the out. Bourgeois moves to third. So Barrett does the job, moves the runner to third with 1 out. This brings up Kyle Walker, the designated hitter, hitting .294 on the season. 60 plate appearances, so he's been pretty much a regular the entire season. Steps up from the left side. And your pitch. Ball's low on the dirt, ball 1. We go out third. The Twins are threatening here in the top of the first. And it's in there for a strike. Counts even 1-1. And Moore with the 1-1. Ball's low in the dirt. Ball 2, 2-1. Walker out of Rutgers. And the 2-1 is high, ball 3. Long way from home, Rutgers University. 294. 13 runs driven in this young season. And the 3-1. In there, taken for a strike. Count is full. Sure do want to avoid this first and third situation, so we really want to try to come back with a quality pitch right now to get Walker. And your 3-2. Swung on and missed for strike 3. And Walker strikes out for the second out. Okay, with 2 out here in the top of the first, this brings up Burnham, the right fielder. And the pitch is in there for a strike. Strike 1. 2 is in there for a strike up on the letters. Burnham offered. Burnham begins the evening hitting .226. Scored 8 runs on the season. And your 0-2. Swung on and fouled straight back, so we'll try it again. And your 0-2 is high for ball 1. Burnham out of Cuesta Community College. Hitting in the 4 spot tonight. Now you're 1-2. Ball outside, off-speed pitch, trying to catch that outside corner, nothing doing. 2-2 now. I don't think Jake wants to go any further here. And the pitch, outside corner fastball for a call, strike 3. And the Aviators get out of it at the end of a half inning, 0-0.
Are you ready?
All right, we're back to Vulcan Field, home of the Aviators, going to the bottom of the first. On the mound for Derby is Nick Rathke. In 11 innings of work this year, he has an ERA of 3.86. Starting off for the Aviators, Evian Benjamin, your center fielder, and the pitch, taken for strike 1. And the 0-1 is swung on, driven to left field, and it's ruled the ball hit the ground despite a diving play by the left fielder. Barrett gave a good effort. Coach Ken Jarrett is out to discuss it. Umpires are now going to huddle up and look this over and talk about it. Looked like it'd go either way from where I was sitting. Looked like a possible trap. Initially called a base hit. They're going to discuss it and see what's going on. And the discussion continues. Your pitcher for Derby tonight is Nick Rathke. He is out of Prince George's Community College. 3.86 ERA. Pretty positive ball to strike ratio, approximately 75% of the balls, or excuse me, his pitches are strikes. Okay, it looks like the huddle is over and the umpires have ruled it was a base hit. So let's give Benjamin a base hit on that one. He's up Garbella, the left fielder, swinging a hot bat of late. And the 0-1 is in the dirt. Evian gets secondary lead and is able to get to second base. A good heads-up play by Benjamin to read that ball in the dirt. So the Aviators have a runner in scoring position with with no outs. So we have an opportunity here. And the swing, a ball is driven to right center, and it's going to get in the gap. Benjamin will score easy. Garbella's on his horse, rounding second. He's going to make it to third, standing up. So a triple for Garbella, who continues to swing that very hot bat. Scores Evian Benjamin, so that makes the score 1-0 Haysville. This brings up Sutherland. He's catching tonight. Nobody out. Garbella at third. So Haysville has an opportunity to make a big dent in things. First pitch taken for a ball low. And the pitch is wide for ball 2. And the delivery is in there for a strike taken. That's 2-1. Sutherland has an opportunity to look for a spot here. And the 2-1 is wide, 3-1. And your 3-1 is wide again. It's ball 4, he walks them. That makes first and third. And 3 straight balls delivered by Rathke. This brings up your designated hitter, Bonnie. In there, taken for a strike. Bonnie hitting .471 on the season. And here comes the 0-1. High for ball 2. Not the position Rathke would like to be in the first inning. Aviators can do some big damage if they can continue this rally. And the 1-1. Foul straight back. 1-2. Bonnie 8 for 17 on the season. Swing, grounded to third, to second for 1, over to first, in time for the double play. Very, very close. Carbella was unable to score on that one because the ball was hit so sharply to the third baseman. So he is still at third with 2 outs. This brings up Smoot. Ryan takes the first pitch and pops it up. Third baseman is calling it and makes a catch for the 3rd out. After 1 complete from Vulcan Field, Haysville 1, Derby 0. All right, we're back. Top of the 7th, leading it off for Derby. The catcher, Davis. And Moore is one of those guys that goes out of the stretch even when nobody's on. First pitch is high and it appears to have hit him. So we're going to put the leadoff man on with a hit by pitch. Brings up number 2, Bergula, playing third base tonight. Bergula hitting 120 on the season. And the pitch in there for a curveball strike. And the pitch is low for ball 1. Marco out of South Mountain Community College. Hitting 120. Here's the pitch. Swung on. Foul straight back. Brings the count to 1-2. Nobody out here in the top of the second. Runner at first due to a hit by pitch. And the 0-2 swung on, grounded to third, backhanded, long throw to first, and he gets him. That's one down. Davis advances to second. Brings up Renovich out of Stephen F. Austin. Runner at second, one out. And the pitch. High for ball one. Second offering in the dirt. 2-0. Renovich is new this week, doesn't have any numbers yet, and the delivery in there for a called strike. So that brings the count to 2-1. And the delivery is driven into right center. Davis will score easily. Renovich is in there sliding at second base, and he's safe. So a one-out double evens up the score 1-1. This brings up Christian Dominguez, second baseman out of Bradley. Dominguez hitting 138. Limited time this season. And the pitch. Curveball in there for a strike. 0-1. Runner at second, one out. Started the inning with a hit by pitch, who later scored. And the pitch. Ball low. 1-1. And here's your 1-1. Fastball in there for a called strike, 1-2. Moore seems to be hitting his spots tonight. Seems to be in a strike mentality early. Seems to be around the plate a lot. Renovich jumping around out there at second base. Threatening to go. Moore steps off and chases him back. And the pitch. Ball is grounded to third base. Runner's checked over to first in time for out number 2. That's 2 outs. Brings up the 9-hole hitter, Miller. Dustin Miller comes into the night hitting .216. First baseman tonight from the left hand, hits from the left hand side. And the pitch. Swung on low, strike one. And your 0-1. And the delivery. Curveball in there for a call strike. Miller's in the hole, 0-2. Moore's looking to make a quality pitch here, get his team off the field. Two outs here in the top of the second. Runner at second base. 0-2 pitch. Here's the offering. Swung on. Foul down the left-hand line. Garbella giving chase, unable to get there, and we will start over. Pitch was on the outer half. Moore did a good job hitting a spot. Nothing too good. This looks like a really good purpose pitch. Miller did a good job fighting it off. Here's the 0-2. Curveball swung on, grounded to shortstop. Shortstop up with it over to first in time for the out. And the Aviators get out of it, but surrender one run after 1.5 innings. The score tied 1-1.
All tied at 1.
All right, we're back for the bottom of the second, back to Vulcan Field in Haysville, Kansas. Aviators coming up. Cameron Horton will lead it off. He's a first baseman. Cameron coming in with a .200 batting average. And here's the pitch. Pitch is swung on, driven to left center. Ball is up against the wall. Horton into second, standing up. So a leadoff double by Cameron Horton. That'll help. I think that's something Rathke didn't want to do. He wanted to get that leadoff man, especially lower in the order, but was unable to do so tonight. This brings up Zach Compton, the shortstop. Hitting .344. Compton out of East Texas Baptist University. He's from Pflugerville. Bottom of second, nobody out, runner at second. Leadoff double by Horton. And this brings up Compton. Check of the runner and the delivery. Hands in there for an off-speed strike one. And the 0-1. Taken for a ball high. Brings a count to 1-1. Here's your 1-1. Swung on and driven through the hole between third and shortstop. Horton will stop at third. And Compton has a single. This brings up Soberanis. Jonathan out of Angelo State University. And the pitch. Fastball in there for a call strike. And here's your 0-1. Jonathan thought about it but took ball too high. Correction. Strike one. Count is 1-1. And your 1-1 pitch is taken low in the dirt. Good stop by the catcher Davis. He has certainly earned his pay tonight so far, being a good wall back there. And the pitch. Swung on, driven to right center. Center fielder on his horse, can't get to it. Horton's going to score. Compton has to stop at third, so Soberanis has a stand-up double. That brings the score to 2-1 Haysville. Runners at second and third, nobody out here in the bottom of the second. Davis is going to go talk about it. Coach Jarrett out of the dugout to talk to his pitcher. Just remember the Aviators are in action tomorrow night and Thursday night at Derby. Both games start at 7 p.m. So get out and check out these clubs. Some good free baseball. Coach Jarrett back to the dugout. Second and third here, nobody out. Bottom of second. Haysville up 2-1. Here's Davis. And the pitch is low, taken for ball one. And the pitch is grounded at third base, over to first in time. Runners had to hold. So that'll be one out. This brings us to the top of the order, Evian Benjamin. One out here in the bottom of the second. Rathke out of the windup and delivers. Ball is driven for a base hit into left field. Compton will score, and so will Soberanis. So that brings your score to 4-1 on the single by Benjamin. This brings up Garbella. Benjamin always a threat to run, and Rathke chases him back. And the pitch, taken for a strike one. And the 0-1. Benjamin off with the pitch. And the throw, not in time. Evian steals second base. That's another runner in scoring position. Chance for Garbella to drive him in. And the pitch swung on, grounded to shortstop. Shortstop unable to handle it. Benjamin's hung up in a rundown and tagged out by the third baseman. Unfortunate base running situation there. Garbella able to move to second on the play. So that's 2 outs in the inning. That brings up Sutherland. First pitch is popped up. Shortstop going back. Center fielder's calling him off, and that'll do it for the third out. Big inning for the Aviators. So after 2 complete, Aviators 4, Derby 1. All right, we're back. We're going to the top of the third. Aviators on top, 4-1 over the Derby Twins. Still have time to get out to the old ballpark if you want to come catch the Aviators and Twins tonight. Beautiful night for ballpark. Top of the order now for Derby. Number 15, Bourgeois. First pitch taken low for a ball. And the 1-0. Outside for ball 2. Bourgeois walked in the first and was stranded at third. And the 2-0. Fastball in there for a strike. 2-1. Nobody out here in the top of the third. Haysville up 4-1. Here's your 2-2. Taken for strike 3. Outside corner. Good pitch by Moore. Hit spot on the outside corner. That gives us 1 out. That brings up Barrett. Hitting 267 coming in on the night. And a pitch. Swung on and foul straight back, 0-1. And a pitch is in there for strike 2. Fastball taken. Barrett grounded to first base last time up, unassisted for out number 1. Now you're 0-2. Swung on, grounded down the right-hand side, foul. Count remains 0-2. 1 out in the top of the 3rd. Nobody on. And you're 0-2. Swung on and fouled straight back. Good battle by Barrett. This is pitch number 50 for Moore. 31 strikes, 18 balls. And you're 0-2. High and away for ball 1. One and 2. Moore hoping to make a pitch here. And a pitch. Ball swung on straight back. And the count holds 1-2. 1 out here in Haysville. Aviators up 4-1. And you're 1-2. Swung on, foul straight back. Moore's making, or Barrett is making a great battle in here, fouling off a lot of pitches. Continuing to increase Moore's pitch count. And we'll do the 1-2 again. Swung on, breaking pitch, foul straight back. Alright, 1-2 again. Here we go. Swung on fastball. Swing and a miss. And Moore gets him for out number 2. 2 strikeouts in the inning for Moore. This brings up Walker. Walker struck out in the first inning. Left-handed hitter. And the pitch. Off-speed pitch high for ball 1. And the delivery's outside for ball 2. Walker hitting .294 coming into tonight. He's had 3 extra base hits on the season, and the pitch is high. Ball 3. 3-0. 2 down here in the top of the 3rd. Walker's a designated hitter tonight. Swings it from the left side. And the pitch. Fastball in there for a called strike. 3-1. Two outs. Here's the 3-1. And that's a called strike 2 on the outer half. Great pitch by Moore. Great location. Brings the count to full. Can he bring it all the way back? Here's your 3-2. Ball 4 high. So a 2-out walk puts a runner at first base.
Now batting for the Twins, number 31, Nick Burnham.
This brings up Nick Burnham, hitting .226 on the season. Nick struck out first time up. And the pitch. Swinging a fastball and misses. 0-1. Moore's had great command this inning, getting ahead of hitters. And the pitch. Off-speed pitch. Burnham thought about it. Strike 2. He's got Burnham in a hole now, 0-2. Walker at first. 2 outs. And the pitch. Ball outside. High. 1-2. And here's your 1-2. Strike 3 swinging, and that'll do it. Pretty clean inning. Derby gets no runs. After 2.5, score is 4-1 Aviators. All right, we're back. Going to the bottom of the third. Aviators on top of Derby, 4-1. Leading off for the Aviators, number 2, Trent Bonney. Hitting .471 on the season. And a pitch is taken low for ball 1. Bonney grounded out in the first. Pitch number 2 is in there for a strike. Bonney offered. Counts 1-1. And the 1-1 is fouled straight back. 1-2. Bonney out of Dallas Baptist from Sugar Land, Texas. Here's the 1-2. Pitch is swung on, driven to center. Center fielder Miller is under it and makes the play for out number 1. Bonney hit it well. A lot of room in center field. Matter of fact, a lot of room everywhere at this ballpark. They say this is one of the biggest ballparks in the state of Kansas, and I certainly believe it. This brings up Ryan Smoot. Smoot now hitting .371. Last time popped up to the third baseman. Here's the pitch. Off-speed pitch taken high for ball one. Here's your 1-0. In there for a called strike. Count now 1-1. One out here in the bottom of the third. And a pitch. Ball too high. And the pitch is in for ball three. It brings the count to 3-1. And a 3-1. Taken for strike two. Brings the count to full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. And the 3-2 pitch is taken low for ball four, and Smoot draws a walk. This brings up Cameron Horton. Out of University of Louisiana Lafayette. Out of Bossier City, Louisiana. Takes call, strike one. Oh, swung on, hit through the right side of their hole. Base hit for Horton. Smoot will move up to second.
Up next for the Aviators, number 10, Zach Compton.
This brings up Zach Compton. Compton had a base hit and scored in the first inning. Zach out of East Texas Baptist University. And his hometown is Pflugerville. And the pitch. Pitch is swung on. Third baseman. Third baseman steps on the bag for the out. Over to first in time for the double play. So that'll do it in the bottom of the third. Aviators get a couple of runners on. Leave 2. Brings the score to 4-1. Aviators. And we're back. We're ready for the top of the fourth. Back to Vulcan Field in Haysville, Kansas. Derby Twins versus the Haysville Aviators. Leading off for Derby is the catcher, number 8, Jonathan Davis. Davis, a big left-hander, was hit by pitch the first time up. And the offering. Grounded to second base. Second baseman's up with it over to first in time for out number 1. One pitch, one out for Moore. It's a good way to start. This brings up Bergarello, third baseman. Comes in hitting 206. And he takes the first pitch outside for ball 1. And the pitch is in there for a called strike. Evens the count, 1-1. The pitch is swung on, fouled. Brings the count to 1-2. Marco Bergello. Bergello grounded to third base last inning, or 2 innings ago. And he takes strike 3. That's out number 2. 2 up, 2 down for the Aviators.
Now batting for the Twins, number 6, Alex Marinovich.
Jake Moore very efficient this inning, getting the first 2 hitters and minimal pitches. He's up to 69 total pitches now through 3 2/3. This brings up Marinovich, takes a called first fastball, strike 1. Marinovich, a big strapping young man. Here's the pitch. Off-speed pitch in there for a called strike, 0-2. 2 down here in the top of the 4th. Nobody on. And your pitch to Marinovich. Taken for a ball in the dirt, 1-2. Marinovich, nothing doing on that ball in the dirt. And the 1-2. Fastball popped up. First baseman giving chase. And it drops in there for a base hit. Hard to tell from where I was sitting. Looks like it just dropped over out of reach, out of the first baseman's reach. So Derby has something going here. A 2-out base hit. This brings up Dominguez. Grounded out last time. And the pitch. Swung on, fastball, strike 1. Christian hitting 138. Playing second base tonight. And the offering just inside. Counts even, 1-1. And here's your 1-1. Ball low, 2-1. Not paying much attention to Marinovich over at first base. He doesn't appear to be much of a threat to go. Here's the 2-1. And the offering. Swing and a miss. That brings the count to 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the top of the 4th in Haysville. Aviators leading 4-1. And your 2-2. Swing and a miss, and that'll do it. Struck him out to end the inning. And after 3 1/2, Haysville 4, Derby 1.
Are you ready?
Eight 9-1 up for Haysville. Jonathan Soberanos will lead it off. Soberanos out of Angelo State University. He's out of Saxe, Texas. And the pitch is inside for ball 1. And the 1-0 is in there for strike 1. Evens the count 1-1. And the offering is called strike 2. 1-2. Soberanos had a triple last at bat and scored a run. And the 1-2. Swung on. Up the middle, shortstop fields. And Soberanos beats it out. So that's an infield hit for Jonathan. So he's 2 for 2 today. He's going to bring up Walker Davis. Grounded out to the third baseman last time. And the offering. Swung on. Popped up on the right side. Second baseman giving chase. Makes a great over-the-shoulder catch for out number 1. Now we're going to the top of the order, Evian Benjamin. 2 for 2, and a stolen base, and a run scored. Great night for Evian. Soberanos at first, and the pitch. Pitch is swung on and fouled to the right side, 0-1. One out here in the bottom of the 4th. Haysville leads 4-1. Haysville has a runner at first, Soberanos. Rathie checking the runner. Benjamin now hitting .263 on the season. And the pitch. Soberanos is off. And the pitch is fouled straight back. So the runners will return and we'll try again. Not the best of jumps on that pitch, but a good pitch to run on nonetheless. It was off speed. 0-2 now on Benjamin. And the pitch. Off speed in the dirt. Nothing doing. Benjamin not offering. Brings the count to 1-2. And the pitch. Pitch is swung on, driven to center field for a base hit. Soberano to second and will hold there. So that makes 3 for 3 for Evian Benjamin. Great night for him.
Now batting for the Aviators, number 4, Giovanni Garbella.
This brings up Giovanni Garbella. 1 for 2 tonight with a fielder's choice. Runners at first and second, 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th. And the offering. Pitch is swung on foul.
It is just a reminder that all foul balls are the property of Haysville Aviators.
Garbella's driven in 6 runs on the season, now hitting .344.
Baptist Church.
Continues to swing a very hot bat. Runners at first and second, 1 out. Here's the pitch. Swung on, foul straight back. Count now goes to 0-2 on Garbella. Giovanni Garbella. And the pitch. Off-speed pitch is driven to left field for a base hit. All the runners will move up 90 feet. So we got them loaded with 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th. This brings up Hunter Sutherland, the catcher. 0 for 2 on the night. Hitting .243 for the season. Derby manager is now going to the mound to talk to his pitcher. Just a reminder, these 2 clubs will play again tomorrow night and Thursday night in Derby. First pitch slated for 7 o'clock both nights. Get out and check them out. All right, conference is over. 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th. Bases loaded with Aviators. Left-handed hitting Sutherland is up. Hitting .243. He's got a chance to increase his RBI total. He now has 5. And the first pitch is taken for strike 1. It appears that Derby is playing for the double play. And the offering's low for ball 1. That brings the count to even, 1-1. 1 out here in the 4th. Bases loaded with Aviators. Pitch is high for ball 2. Soberano is making a lot of noise over on third base. A lot of movement. Might be getting into Rathke's head a little bit. And the pitch. Pitch is swung on. Foul down the left-hand side, out of play. That'll bring the count to 2-2. Here's a 2-2 offering. Off-speed pitch, driven to right field. Right fielder's camped. Soberano is going to tag up, and so will Benjamin, and they will move up. Soberano will score. So that makes the game 5-1, Haysville.
Now batting for the Aviators, number 2, Trent Bonney.
This brings up the designated hitter, Trent Bonney. Runners at first and third now. 2 outs. Bottom of 4. First and third. Here's the pitch. Pitch is swung on, driven to right field. Right fielder appears to be camped under it and makes the catch, and that'll do it. But not before the Aviators get one, so that brings our score after 4, Aviators 5, Derby 1.
At the end of the fourth inning, the Aviators score 1.
All right, we're back. Going to the top of the 5th in Haysville, Kansas. Derby Twins versus the Haysville Aviators. The Twins will have Miller, Bourgois, and Barrett, 9-1 and 2 up. Miller grounded out in the second. Miller coming into the night hitting .216, and the pitch is taken low, ball 1. And a 1-0, low for ball 2. Miller out of Cuesta Community College. Pitch is swung on and lined to the third baseman and caught for out number 1.
Now batting for the Twins, number 15, Gavin.
Pretty good hands over there for Horton. He's looking straight into the sun. Great concentration to hang on to that one. Brings up Bourgois, your left fielder. A strikeout and a base hit earlier. And your 1-0. High for ball 2. Here's a 2-0. Swung on, foul straight back, brings the count to 2-1. We're in the top of the 5th here at Vulcan Field in Haysville, Kansas. Aviators leading 5-1. And here's a 2-1 offering. Swung on, driven to left field. Left fielder on his horse, can't make the play. Ball rolls to the wall. Bourgois is rounding second, and the relay to third, not in time. So Bougwa's in for a triple with 1 out here in the 5th.
Up next for the Twins, number 10, Braden Barrett.
This brings up Braden Barrett. 0 for 2 on the night, had a strikeout in the 3rd and grounded to first base in the 1st. And the offering. Pitch is swung on, driven to center field. Benjamin is under it, makes the catch, runners tagging, and the throw's not in time. So Bougwa scores, brings the score to 5-2 Haysville. Give Barrett an RBI on that one. 2 out in the inning. Brings up Kyle Walker, the designated hitter. One for 2 on the night and a base hit in the 3rd. And the offering. Low for ball 1. Kyle hit coming into the night, hitting .294. And the pitch is taken for at the knees for strike 1. Brings the count to 1-1, 2 outs here in the 5th. Derby was able to score 1 on the triple and the sacrifice fly. And the 2-1 is taken for strike 2. So that brings the count to 1-2, 2 outs. For the most part, Moore has been very effective this inning. Walker. Pitch popped up. And the right fielder has it for out number 3, and that'll do it. Derby gets 1, brings the score to Haysville 5, Derby 2. All right, we're back. Haysville, Kansas, home of the Aviators, going to the bottom of the 5th. Haysville up 5-2. Haysville will have Smoot, Horton, and Compton up. Ryan Smoot leading it off, the catcher tonight. 1 for 2 on the evening. And the offering. Swing on an off-speed pitch for strike 1. Here's the 0-1. Swing and ground ball to shortstop, going to his right, backhands and across the diamond in time for out number 1. This brings up Cameron Horton. And he takes ball 1 low. runs outside for ball 2, so he's ahead in the count. 2-0. And that's ball 3 low. And the 3-0 is outside for ball 4. 4 straight pitches for a walk for Horton.
Now batting for the Aviators, number 10, Zach Compton.
Brings up Zach Compton, hitting .344 on the season. 1 for 2 on the evening with a run scored. You got to wonder how long they'll stay with Rathke here. And the offering. Off-speed pitch in there for a strike. That's something Rathke's going to need to do if he's going to stay in there longer, is to get that first pitch off-speed stuff over early in the count. Horton a generous lead at first, paying little attention to him. And a pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. Compton's in the hole 0-2 with 1 out here in the 5th. Aviators leading 5-2. Here's the 0-2. Swung on, driven to left field. Left fielder going back. And he can't make the catch. The ball is up against the wall. Horton's into third. So Compton has a double. And we have runners at second and third. So with 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th, Haysville is threatening again. Runners at second and third. Here's Sabaranos. Two for 2 with 2 runs scored. Very productive night for Sabaranos. Jonathan hitting .233 on the season. So here's the offering. Off-speed pitch in there for a strike. And the 0-1. Swung on, driven back to the pitcher, who catches the ball on the fly for the out. Throw to third, not in time. It appears that Horton got back. This brings up the 9-hole hitter, Walker Davis. 0 for 2 tonight. Grounded out and flew out in his previous at-bats. And the pitch. In there for a called strike 1. 2 outs here in the 5th. Aviators have runners at second and third. And the offering. Inside for ball 1. That evens the count. 1-1. Davis hitting .174 on the season. Playing third base tonight. And a fastball swung on and fouled down the left side. So that'll bring the count to 1-2. And the 1-2. Swung on. In the hole. Shortstop can't make the play. Run will score. So that'll be a base hit for Davis. And an RBI. Horton scores. And Compton goes to third. And that brings us to the top of the order, Evian Benjamin. 3 for 3 tonight. Runners at first and third. Appears that we're having another conference on the mound. Looks like a pitching change. We'll have that information for you as soon as we determine who it is. Rathke ended the game with 71 total pitches, 47 strikes, and 24 balls. The new pitcher for Derby is number 13, Christian Vick, out of Jacksonville Community College. Vick has had a couple of innings work this year. Has an ERA of 9. Christian out of Jackson State Community College. Tall right-hander, 6'1", 175. Looks like a pretty much over-the-top arm slot. Benjamin now hitting .263 on the season. 3 for 3 tonight with 3 hits, 1 run scored. Runners at first and third here in the bottom of the 5th. Certainly could have been a lot worse. Pitcher made a great play on that line drive to catch it and get the ball to third base, although we were not able to double them up. Still saved a run. So the Twins have only given up 1 run in this inning. 2 outs and the first offering to Benjamin. Vick steps off just to see if there's something going on. Nothing doing. Vick with the stretch and the check of the runner and the offering. And hit him. Benjamin with a hit by pitch, so that's going to load him up. That brings up Garbella. And the offering is swung on. Driven into right field for a base hit. 2 runs are going to score. So Garbella's going to run. It's going to end up on second. The ball missed the cutoff man and end up in the screen, so everybody's going to move up. So 2 runs are going to score. And everybody's going to move up on the throwing error. So that's 3 runs in for the Aviators this inning. Brings the score to 8-2. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th. That brings up Sutherland, who takes the first pitch for a strike. And you're 0-1. Pitch is swung on and foul straight back, 0-2. Vic a little bit deceptive with his release point. And swing and a miss for strike 3, and that'll do it. Not without a bunch of damage, so that's 3 runs. So that brings our score to Haysville 8 and Derby 2. Okay, we're back to Haysville Aviator Baseball. We're going to the top of the 6th now. Haysville leading 8-2 over the Derby Twins. Nick Burnham will lead it off for Derby. Struck out twice tonight. And the pitch. In there for a called first strike. Jake Moore seems to have settled in, getting ahead of hitters, and the 0-1 is high for ball 1. Hasn't gotten into a lot of trouble tonight. And the 1-1 is foul straight back. 1 and 2. Beautiful night for baseball. If you're in the Haysville area, you still have time to come out and check them out. And the 1-2 pitch. Fastball's driven straight back, and we'll do it again. Nobody out here in the 6th. Nobody on. Leadoff hitter Burnham. Moore with 1-2. Low for ball 2. Brings the count to even, 2 and 2. It's a good spot for that. And the 2-2 is hit the second baseman backhands it. Great play by Compton. Throw him out at first base. 1 out. This is going to bring up Davis. Hit by pitch and grounded out in his previous 2 at-bats. First pitch is swung on, foul, very straight back. 0-1. And the 0-1 is driven to right center. Center fielder Benjamin slides over to his right, makes the catch for out number 2. Great route to the baseball by Benjamin.
Now batting for the Twins,
brings up Bergerello. Strikeout and a ground out in his first previous appearances. Hitting 120 on the season. Takes the first pitch for a ball. One out here in the bottom of the sixth. And the pitch, grounded foul on the left side. Coach Gilpreth makes the play unassisted. Pretty good hands for a guy that age. 1-1. Here's the pitch. Swung on foul. Makes the count 1-2. Counts even 1-1, one out here in the bottom of the sixth. Aviators up 8-2 over Derby. Here's the pitch. Swung on foul, straight back. Vic seems to be challenging him all with fastballs. Smoot appears to be just missing him, fouling him straight back. Gotta wonder if there's something off speed coming. Here's the 1-2 from Vic. Curveball low. Good job of taking by Smoot. Counts even 2-2. And the offering. Taken high. Full count on Ryan Smoot. And ball 4. So Smoot draws a 1-out walk. Bring up Horton.
Number 7, Cameron Horton.
Horton scored a couple of runs. 3 hits on the night. Steps in from the left side. Smoot the runner at first. Vic's a sign. Called strike 1 at the knees. Horton wasn't happy with it. Check of the runner at first, nothing going. Smoot gets back easily. Here's the 0-1. Grounder to short. Ball eats him up. No play. So everybody's safe. Runners at first and second. So another hit for Horton. So runners at first and second with 1 out here in the bottom of the sixth. Brings up Compton. And the offering from Vic is high for ball 1. Christian Vic has quite a bit of velocity. Seems to be throwing harder as we go along. And the 1-0. And the offering in there for a call strike 1 and 2 on Compton. See if you can just go to Twitter. And the 1-2 taken by Compton for strike 3. So that's 2 outs in the inning. That brings up Saberanos. Two for 3 tonight, couple runs scored. 2 outs here in the bottom of the second. Runners at first and second. Pitch is swung on. Foul straight back. Looked like it's going to make the seats. 0-1. Saberanos. Two outs here in the sixth. The 0-1. Vic checks the runners and steps off. Nothing going on. And the 0-1. Swing and strike 1 evens the count. 0-2. Excuse me. 0-2, 2 outs. 8-2 Aviators here in the sixth. Number 8 guy in the order, Saberanos. 2 for 3 on the night. 2 runs scored. Here's the 0-2. Swung on, grounded to first base. He steps on the bag, and that'll do it for out number 3. So Haysville leaves a couple, and that's the end of the sixth. Score 8-2 Aviators.
My phone is your hotspot.
All right, we're back to Haysville, Kansas, going to the top of the seventh. Haysville Aviators on top, 8-2 over the Derby Twins. Haysville sends out a new pitcher, number 11, David Groves, out of Howard Payne University. Comes from Graham, Texas. A utility player. Has a couple of pitching appearances and a defensive appearance this year. Eight, 9-1 up for Derby. Dominguez leading it off. Fastball taken for strike one. Here's the 0-1 from Groves. Low for ball one. Evens the count to 1-1. Here's the 1-1 to Dominguez. Swing for a strike. Count to 1-2. This is what Groves is going to need. He needs to get this leadoff guy out. And the 1-2 is taken high for ball two. Counts even now, 2-2. And the 2-2 pitch is low for ball three. Full count for the leadoff man, 8-hole hitter Dominguez. Left-handed hitter. Ball three is swung on, popped up to the third baseman. Is under it and makes the catch for out number one. Difficult time of day to pick the baseball up. Not quite dark, not quite sunlight. Lights are just now taking effect. Good job of concentrating there. This brings up the 9-hole hitter Miller. 0 for 2 on the night. And he takes the first pitch high for ball one. One out here in the 7th. Haysville leading 8-2. Fastball is swung on, driven to right field, center field, excuse me. Evan Benjamin is under it and makes the play. 2 outs in the inning. This brings up Bourgeois, the left fielder. 1 for 3 and a strikeout, or excuse me, 2 for 3 and a strikeout. Groves winds and pitch, and a fastball on the outside corner for strike one. Groves with the 0-1 outside. That brings the count even, 1-1. And the pitch is swung on and fouled. Count 1-2 now. 2 down in the inning. Twins have nobody on at the time. Here's your 1-2. Call strike 3 on the outer half. Very efficient inning for David Groves. And it's stretch time in Haysville. Aviators leading 8-2. right, we're back in Haysville. Christian Vick is out for his third inning of work.
And starting off the bottom of the seventh for the Aviators, number 22, Walker Davis.
The 9-hole hitter will lead it off for the Aviators, number 22, Austin Davis. He's 1 for 3 with a run scored. And the pitch swung on for strike one.
Fans, I've just been notified it's half price time at the concession stand, half price on that pizza and those hot dogs while supplies last. Get down there and thank the VFW.
And the 0-1 from Vick. Taken for ball one high. Counts even, 1-1. Walker Davis is out of Sam Houston State University. He's from College Station. How Texas A&M got away with not taking him, but they did. Pitch is swung on, brings the count to 1-2. Walker, a good utility infielder. And the 1-2 from Vick. Off-speed pitch swung on, grounded to short. Shortstop makes the play, crossed in time for out number 1. Good play by the first shortstop going to his right, making an on-the-go throw. Very accurate.
Now batting for the Aviators, number 23, Evian Benjamin.
Top of the order now with Evian Benjamin. Benjamin 3 for 3 with a hit by pitch. Playing center field tonight. Benjamin from Houston, Texas. Plays at Sam Houston State University. And the pitch from Vick. Hit him. So that's 2 hit by pitches for Benjamin tonight. So he's going to be a little sore tomorrow.
Now batting for the Aviators, number 4, Giovanni Garbella.
So with 1 out, the Aviators have a runner on first. This brings up Garbella. Garbella 2 for 3 tonight. And takes the first pitch low for a ball. Garbella out of La Jolla, California. Plays at Valparaiso. And the pitch. Swing and a strike. Counts even, 1-1. 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th. Haysville, Kansas versus the Derby Twins. Haysville up 8-2. Benjamin with a good lead. And the pitch is taken outside for a ball. 2-1 now. Garbella. Playing left field tonight. Has played a fair amount at third base too, so he's a very useful player. Can play many positions. Also good speed. And the pitch swung on off the pitcher into right field, and everybody's going to be safe. The ball was driven very hard by Garbella up the middle, hit the pitcher. So we're going to see if he's all right. Seems to be walking around with no difficulty. So that's another hit for Garbella. So that's first and second.
Now batting for the Aviators.
Manager Jarrett out to check on his pitcher, but the conversation was very short. Appears to be all right. 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th. Runners at first and second. brings up Sutherland, the designated hitter. And the pitch, taken for a fastball, strike one. Sutherland 1 for 3 on the night. Couple flyouts and a strikeout, and a hit in the first. And the pitch, swung on. Second baseman bobbles it over to first, in time for the out. Good opportunity for double play ball, but he just bobbled it just enough to where he had to go to first with it. So the runners move up 90 feet. So we have runners at second and third with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th. Brings up Trent Bonney out of Dallas Baptist. And he takes ball 1 high. Trent's out of Sugar Land, Texas. One for 4 tonight. And Trent takes a timeout. Steps back. Steps back in. Vic gets a sign and delivers. Swung on fastball for strike 1. Counts even 1-1. And the 1-1 from Vic. Runner is breaking to home. And he is stolen home. Evian Benjamin steals home on the long windup from Vic. And that makes the score 9-2. That's something you don't see every day. Somebody stealing home plate. Good anticipation by Benjamin to get there in time and read the motion by Vic. Good execution all around. Garbella still at second base. Did not advance. And the 1-2 to Bonney. Ball's high. Goes to the screen. Garbella will move to third. Wild pitch. So that's 2-2. 2 out here in the 7th. Haysville leads 9-2. Umpire in the field is having a conversation with Vic. I'm not quite sure what they're talking about. They seem to have come to some agreement. Seem to be some discussion. Everything seems to be ironed out now. Here's the 2-2. Ball high inside. Count goes to full. Trent Bonney can do a little bit of everything. He's a utility player, very versatile. And the pitch. Foul and swung straight back. Good at bat for Trent. Battling off a lot of pitches. Count is full, and here's the offering. Call strike 3, and that'll do it. Aviators get one, brings the score to Haysville 9, Derby 2. Okay, we're going to the 8th here now in Haysville. Aviators leading Derby 9-2. David Groves out for his second inning of work. Leading off for Derby is Reagan Barrett, 2-hole hitter. 0 for 3 tonight with a strikeout. And the pitch from Groves is low in the dirt. Ball 1. Top of the 8th in Haysville, Vulcan Field, home of the Aviators. Here's a 1-0. Low for ball 2. David just needs to relax and get the ball in the zone, let his fielders help him. Outside for ball 3. Certainly don't want to give Derby any footing at all at this point in time. And the pitch is taken high for ball 4. So the Twins get a leadoff walk. Not exactly how David Groves drew it up. Brings up Kyle Walker. It's 1 for 3. The strikeout and a fly out in the 5th. Barrett takes his lead at first. Walker steps in from the left side and takes high for ball 1. And the 1-0 is taken for a strike on the inside corner. That evens the count, 1-1. Walker out of Rutgers University is a designated hitter tonight. And the 1-1 is taken for a strike 2. Grove seems to be back on track, at least for the moment. Check of the runner and the delivery. Base hit to left field. Runners move up to second. So first and second with no out here in the 8th. Aviators have some action in the bullpen. Looks like number 29, James Batten, is getting hot. University of Texas, Tyler. Nobody out here in the top of the 8th. Derby has something going. Runners at first and second. Here's Burnham. Playing right field tonight. Swung on, driven to center. Ball's going to get in the gap. Nobody's going to get it. One run will score. Burnham ends up with a double. So now we have second and third with nobody out.
Now batting for the Twins, number 8, Jonathan Davis.
That brings the score to 9-3 Aviators. Runners at second and third. This brings up Davis, the catcher. 1 for 3 on the night with a run scored. Davis steps in from the left side. And the pitch. Pitch is driven to center fielder. Benjamin is under it, makes the catch. Run will tag and score.
Now batting for the Twins, number 2, Marco Bergerello.
So one out here in the 8th. Runner at second. 2 runs in for Derby this inning. Here's Bergerello. 1 for 3 on the night with a strikeout and a ground out. Takes the first pitch for a strike. Oh, 1 on Bergerello. Here's the pitch. Low for a ball. It evens the count 1-1. 1 out. Burnham on second. Gets an RBI on the double. Here's the 1-1. Off-speed pitch taken for a strike, 1-2. Pitch was a little up for Groves, but he got away with it. 1-2 here. Looking for a quality pitch. Ball is grounded to first. Steps on it unassisted for the second out. Runner will move up to third. So 2 outs in the inning. Runner at third.
Now batting for the Twins, number 6, Alex Marinovich.
This brings up the 7-hole hitter, Rinovich. Playing first base tonight. 2 for 3. Has yet to score. Burnham at third. 2 outs in the inning. And the pitch off speed taken for a strike. Score down 9-4 Haysville. Groves hoping to get out of this inning with no further damage. And the pitch. Low for a ball. That evens the count 1-1. And a pitch ground foul to the left side. Alex out of Stephen F. Austin University. One and two outs here in the 8th. And Grove steps off. Start over and regroup here. Working the routine. Rinovich steps in. And the offering. Ball is grounded to the second baseman going to his left. Makes the throw to first to get out of the inning. So the Aviators give up 3. That brings the score to 9-4 Aviators.
ready?
All right, we're back. Bottom of the 8th, Haysville, Kansas. Aviators leading 9-4. New pitcher for Derby. Number 17, Justin Ash, takes over. 6.6 innings of work this year. 13.5 ERA. Struck out 7. A 65% ball to strike ratio. So Aviators can stand to be a little patient. He's out of Independence Community College. Smoot's going to lead it off for the Aviators. And here's the pitch. Fastball in there for strike 1. Ryan, 2 hits on the night. Continues to swing a pretty hot bat here. Pitch from Ash is just a bit inside for a ball. Counts even 1-1. Here's a 1-1 from Ash. In there for a call strike at the knees. 1-2 on Smoot. Doing the catching tonight. Smoot out of Strasburg, Virginia. And he takes a pitch high. Off-speed pitch, 2-2. And a 2-2 to Smoot. Strike 3 called on the inside half. Smoot strikes out to start the bottom of the 8th. This brings up Horton. Three hits tonight. And a pitch from Ash. On the outer half for a call, strike 1. Here's the 0-1. Call, strike 2 on the outer half. Seems to be painting that outside corner pretty well. And the 0-2 from Ash. Swung on, foul straight back. Cameron's from the University of Louisiana, Lafayette. And the 0-2. Swung on for strike 3. So Ash has been very efficient getting first 2 hitters to strike out. That's 2 outs here in the bottom of the 8th.
Now batting for the Aviators, number 10, Zach Compton.
Exactly what Ash needed to do to stop this bleeding, give his team a chance to stay in the game. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 8th. Here's Compton. Compton 2 for 4. Here's the pitch, swung on and foul straight back. Ash ahead in the count for the 3rd straight hitter. Delivers, and the pitch is foul straight back. 0-2. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 8th. Nobody on for Haysville. 9-4 Aviators. And the 0-2. Swung on and strike 3. And the Aviators go in order. 3 strikeouts in the inning for Ash. And we go to the 9th. Haysville 9, Derby 4. Alright, we're back for the 9th. Haysville, Kansas, home of the Aviators. Aviators lead the Derby Twins 9-4. We do have a pitching change. Number 29, James Batten, takes over for the Aviators. He's out of the University of Texas in Tyler and comes from Arlington, Texas. He will face the 8, 9, and 1 hole hitters. Leading off, number 4 out of the left-handed batter's box, Dominguez takes the first pitch high for a ball. Dominguez 0 for 3 tonight. Aviators 3 outs away from getting back on the winning notes. Pitch is swung on and the count's even, 1-1. Derby 4 and 8 coming into the game. Haysville 5 and 7 coming into tonight. That would get them 1 step closer to 500 if we could get to 6 and 7. Here's the pitch. Outside for a ball. 2 balls, 1 strike on Dominguez. Here's the 2-1. Swung on, counts even, 2-2. Batten hoping to get the leadoff man, set the tone for the inning. And the pitch, swung on and fouled on the left-hand side. Count holds 2-2. Nobody out in the top of the 9th from Haysville. And a 2-2 to Dominguez. High brings the count to full. He airmailed the catcher on that one. Not sure if the mascot was standing back there or not. I can't really see from here. At any rate, the count's full. Three and 2 to Dominguez, the leadoff man. 8-hole hitter. And the pitch. Swung on to left field. Left fielder's under it. Makes the catch for out number 1. That brings up Miller, the 9-hole.
Now batting for the Twins, number 3, Dustin Miller.
Number 3, Dustin Miller, is 0 for 3 tonight. Also left-handed hitter. Playing first base tonight. Looking for his first hit. Batten gets a sign and the delivery. Pitch is taken high for a ball. 1-0. 1 out here in the top of the 9th. One-0 taken for a strike. That evens it up. 1-1. Batten looking to take care of business and get the Aviators back in the win column. And the pitch. Off speed, missed outside. 2-1. Two and 1 on Miller. And the pitch. Swung on. Driven to center. Center fielder's back and under it. And makes the catch for out number 2. A lot of room out there in center field. And Evian Benjamin covers it very well. Top of the order now for the Twins, down to their last out. Here's Bourgeois, the left fielder. Scored a run in the 5th. He's 1 for 4. 2 outs in the 9th, and the delivery. Pitch is in there for a strike. 0-1 on Bourgeois. About 208 on the season. And he offers at a pitch in the dirt. 0-2. So the Twins are now down to their last strike. Batten's attempting to shut the door here. One pitch away from getting out of it. Here's the 0-2. Pitch is swung on, grounded to shortstop. Over to first in time for the out, and that'll do it. And that's the ball game, folks. Aviators hang on 9-4. Haysville will be in action at Derby tomorrow and Thursday. We'll be back on the air on Friday. Again, your final score, Aviators 9, Derby 4. Good night, everybody.
Bye.